everybody. Two players widely beloved in the Warcraft scene, and now I'm really curious who Dortmund is cheering for. On the upper left-hand side, the last remaining European, this is Starbuck. And in the bottom right-hand side, very successful in the open bracket, also a champion of a lot of hearts, this is Soen. Kind of 50-50.
Yeah, it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be an interesting chess match.
So, how was the vibe in the past couple of days within the team, and how is it today now that your players are facing each other? Did anything change?
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit more tense in there. You know, they've spent a lot of time together in the last week, so they know each other. They've been playing CGs against each other, and now it's showtime. So, yeah, definitely a little bit more tense. I think some people are feeling it more than others, and yeah, I guess just excited to get out here and get this one done.
Alrighty, Soen has been a monster in the open bracket. Did you expect him to perform that well?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. That well, I think there were people that had some questions about Soen's shape coming in here, but I think he's proved all those guys very wrong. And I mean, he's a monster, as you said. He has tiers of matchups, as I think Remo was pointing out before the cast. This may be not one of his favourite matchups, but yeah, he's in such good shape that I'm really excited to see how this pans out against Starbuck.
And of course, we have to talk about Starbuck because this is the first game we see from him. He's coming through the online qualifier, getting kind of trapped there. Hold on for a second. He can get out, right? Footy blocking, water elemental blocking.
Good cloak.
Good cloak as well. So we haven't seen Starbuck yet. You obviously did for like 3 days straight. What's his performance right now?
Yeah, he's been looking like the monster that he is in the practice behind the scenes, but obviously stage is a different matter. So first game for him up here, and first experience of stage conditions. So yeah, I think he's ready to go, and hopefully he can show the monster that he is and perform.
Did he mention anything to what his expectations are? Because we see him at like WAL, where he has top 4 runs with the most packed tournaments we have online. Does he think he can win or wants to win here?
He's quite guarded, as you know. You know the man.
Okay.
But I think, you know, without Happy here, it's a very open field, and I think he feels the pressure of expectation.
Ooh, close moment here. That shop is still up, trying to get it down, but once again, man, the construction workers on all sides here today on point. Shop still up, heal selves available soon, and this attack kind of failing, but still a lot of damage done to Headhunters.
Yep, one Headhunter down there. You know, with the Expo running, the really strong part of Starbuck's game is this delay, the ability to stall an opponent, no matter, you know, if it's Elf or Orc. He's very good at this, and will make Soen pay for every footman. So typical Starbuck, and you know, I'd say a very strong start to the game from him.
I think so. Should be on the other foot, right? It's supposed to be the Fastia that's supposed to be in the humans phase and trying to do some damage to towers, workers, etc. But that ain't working here so far.
Definitely not. And every Headhunter loss is incredibly painful for Soen. So he's doing a good job at keeping the rest alive. But yeah, Starbuck putting some intense pressure on him at the start of this game.
He needs some time, and I think with some more chip damage on Archmage, he will be able to buy some time. Soen with the Stomp as well, so never go too close to the cow, otherwise he might be dead. Fastia chasing, he has a speed scroll. He turns around and gets distracted by a footman.
Interesting. Maybe one more Headhunter going down there? Nope.
So it's an interesting situation because Starbuck, of course, he established the Expo. Tech is not running yet, though, as he's waiting for Lumber. And Archmage level 3, so this is the time for Soen to go for some momentum?
Yeah, I think Soen needs to get some levels and get back on the front foot here. As I said, Bucky's a master of stalling games, and he's doing a very good job of the TC now reaching level 2.
Wonder, is there no shop for Starbuck? Because he's still that hurt. There is now. Okay, maybe a tad too late. He got the turtle cam, so that doesn't go to the Fastia. Amazing items for the Archmage. Oh boy.
And tech running.
And tech running, indeed.
Footman back into the main.
Love it. So annoying. Don't let the heroes unfold for orcs. We know how strong Chain Lightning can be. We, of course, know how strong Storm can be. TC, rather tanky, and turn around, cancel the healing and the regen. Nice little snipe by Soen.
This is so annoying for Soen though. Not allowing Orc to macro up here and get to a point where they can push is exactly what Bucky needs to be doing, and he's doing a good job of that.
Archmage also always creating some distance. Man, he's putting on fires everywhere, and Soen can't really follow at the moment.
Yeah, using that StarCraft 2 background, right? The multitasking is definitely one of his strong points.
Starbuck also one of the players who is really good at identifying what's really, really strong on a patch. He's been a keeper player before, fastly a headhunter player, of course, and now these defense footies, man. How are you supposed to deal with them at this stage of the game?
You know, if Soen's struggling, I'm not the person to ask about how you deal with them. I think he understands timings and an opponent's weak point, and he's very good at exploiting that. So Soen doing a good job of clearing this up, and I think for the first time his base has no units in.
Ooh, so we get double racks and rifles on Starbuck's side. On the other side, of course, Raiders, later Kodos, and the Shaman are coming up finally to have a solution against Water Elementals. And in the creeping game, I was about to say, that's of course the big downside of Starbuck's build. His second hero is far behind.
Yeah, and he like I said, this is a trait of Bucky's against Elf too. He doesn't prioritize hero levels, so I know the AM's 3, but really he would rather keep Soen on his side of the map and forgo levels or any attempt at creeping or even explode on I think he'll just be annoying and hang around and force Soen to waste as much time as possible here.
I wonder what the second hero even is. Okay, Mountain King confirmed, no Tavern hero whatsoever. We're going down with Thunderclap and Bolt, of course. Still, what timing is there for Soen now? It's an expansion timing.
6 or 7 peons on gold, I think.
Whoops!
Oh, little bit of a macro error there. But this is what he does, right? It's just so annoying that Soen's thinking about so many things at once here.
I mean, you might be able to defend it like 3 times and 4 times, 5 times, but at some point you might be able to do a little mistake if the attack is on the right-hand side there already and you gotta respond.
And even the chip damage on those peons.
The player's forces are under attack.
It's progress for Starbuck. Every little second where there's no pressure on the Expo is an advantage for him. And of course, Bucky being an Orc player, like a part-time Orc player, he knows how long these Great Halls last to build.
He does, and I think that he's got a nice Sim City there at the Expo. I think he's feeling quite confident and safe at home that he can start really macroing up and pumping out that unstoppable human army.
50% done. So now Soen needs to stall more time for his expansion, so Shu is on the other foot as Bucky is going into the creeping game. He can't compete without a big Mountain King. Like, he might have all the resources, all the army at some point, Storm, Lightning Shield, Chain Lightning. It's gonna wreck that big army, especially if you keep shot control as Soen did already with that heal scroll.
Yeah, I feel like this matchup is maybe more than any other matchup. TC versus MK at levels, and everything else is very secondary to the importance of those hero levels. So Bucky's obviously got some catching up to do, but with the Expo, he's got some time to do that.
I'm a bit surprised that he's not focusing on Soen's Expo more. He definitely saw it, right? So some more Water Elemental splits. He is creeping with the Archmage, mostly, taking XP away from the Mountain King. Level 4 obviously wonderful for Brilliance Aura 2, but...
I mean, he's also broken very quickly, so I'm assuming the strategy is 70 and push.
70 and
not
go.
let the Expo pay off.
That TC has 2 rings and a great heal potion. Seems very safe. Are we ready to fight yet? Soen definitely not, but he's forcing a town portal. That was absolutely wonderful, that timing for him. Didn't even lose anything.
I think with Bucky's strategy, he can't afford to be losing units here, so I think the right call and not the time that he wants to fight that cow yet.
And he wants to go, like, he doesn't want to go back anyway, right? So,
or apparently we were wrong. He does want to fight that cow, but with militia, so we're going to maybe see an engagement here.
Seems a bit off, I guess. The speed scroll is still there. He can get out. Bucky seems a bit indecisive.
Yeah, I think Soen running away from the militia was...
Key.
Yeah, has spoiled that plan a little bit.
Now he's in a position where he doesn't really want to be in. Soen's expansion is running 2 base, 2 base. He can catch up in army. Still a 10 supply lead, but there's no... Oh, that was a little bit too late, that Storm Bolt. He wanted to prevent that Storm, but it still went through. Heal scroll on the TC. He's close to level 4. He out-leveled him so hard.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, dude. Epicenter follows it up with a Chain Lightning. It's Soen everywhere, but now the militia maybe to the rescue.
This is an unbelievable good engagement from Soen, finding that timing and exploiting it.
Starbuck still ahead, but how much supply is a level 3 Clef? He's so far away. More than 70% of that level. Breakers are falling. Mana is still okay for these shamans, so he can purge. There's a chain lightning. So much damage on these rifles. They're supposed to be the damage dealer, but they're the damage takers in this fight. But Soen gotta be careful not to overcommit. You know, when the mana is gone, humans are taken over thanks to Brilliance. Alright, I think this is the time.
Okay, being focused here.
Does he have a stomp left? No, at the moment not, but soon had an opportunity, tried to go for it. Speed Scroll was used already. Slow Trap is kicking in. Maybe a chance for Bucky to do some damage now.
Yeah, I think the human sustain is kicking in, and the mana is very off here for Soen. He's away from his next stop.
He has to get out of that fight, really, let the expansion pay off, but if you move away from this position, then Starbuck of course gets the shot. That's also problematic. At the moment, he's gathering XP with the Mountain King, and finally Soen is getting closer to home with new reinforcements. But yeah, supply gap closing, nice deny.
From Soen.
Another heads up play there at the end, but
Soen does an unbelievable job of disengaging there with minimal losses and a deny at the end of it.
exactly, he could have lost a lot more if he's a bit more greedy. Starbuck taking that camp away, that's super important. 30% off of level 3, and then it's a whole different game.
Yeah.
But Soen wants to fight while the Mountain King is still level 2. Is that the prime target now, I wonder?
Yeah, I think he's going to town for the MK. Oh, nice blow from Starbuck.
Oh, sweet reveal though. TC having a tough time to connect, but finally he's making it through all the human army. And the Mountain King, the most important unit, reveal!
Wow.
Stomped it to the ground!
Huge kill from Soen.
Chain lightning on top. We have more lightning. Starbuck seems shaken. The casters are going down. The slow trap can't be activated without any casters left, of course. And in a few moments, we might have the first supply lead for Soen in this game.
1 kill away from 5, that TC Neo.
Oh my god. Stomp level 3. Game-winning spell. He's 2 levels ahead of the Mountain King. And we said before, like, you have your carry heroes, but one carry is not like the other.
Yep, and you can see that level gap is the sole deciding factor in this matchup. The Expo and the units, the TC just chews them up. So in finding the win condition and exploiting it.
And not only is the TC so far ahead, it's also the Farseer being half a level ahead.
Yep.
Bucky switching to Blizzard now as AoE is becoming more and more important, but Farseer also flirting with that Chain Lightning 3. There's not even too much Dispel anymore. Might be Wolves actually. Always a tough choice.
Yep. Shop control really important here, and at least Bucky got the scroll and the invuln, which makes a big difference. So 1 scroll each and the invuln to Starbuck.
How much is Starbuck scaling? We don't see any tier 3 anymore.
And
So
Soen coming in for another fight.
this is a gnarly backstab. He just started the creep spot. The turtles are awake. This could be an amazing item for Starbuck. Of course, if he finishes that camp before, he's trying to get the XP. Finally, level 3. What's the item? He got it. Went off mana, stealing amazing. Aiming for that Archmage, aiming for the rifles, all a bit exposed. What a wonderful sequence for Soen. This is, once again, this TC is mad. Archmage, can you get out there? We don't have invisibility. This is stressful, but we also see the clap. Heal scroll is gone already. Damage numbers rising, and Soen didn't necessarily expect that event.
Yeah, Starbuck did a great job of wedging himself into that choke.
Mountain King surrounded again under the net. Can't heal, can't hide there. He's so tanky.
To expose.
Whoa,
Incredible fight from Starbuck.
that cloak, dude.
Incredible fight. That looked to me, I don't know about you, but I was for sure thinking we were about to be falling this game, and Starbuck did a magnificent job of wedging himself into that choke and using Black Clap and Blizzard to turn that fight around.
He dodged multiple bullets there, man. The turtles were a danger, but he turned that against him and gets the item. He burned through that entire wand of mana stealing. That could have gone the other way for sure.
And I think this was clutch because one more stomp and that MK is dead. So
Exactly. Ooh. Little bit of an issue.
creating dramatic suspense from the item.
So, Bax, hey, hi, Chad. Dude, pretty 50-50 affair now, I would say.
Yeah, I think this one's living up to billing, isn't it? It's Yeah, it's exactly what we thought it would be. They're going back and forth, and like I said, for Bucky to be alive, I think at this point after that mid game, he's doing a great job.
Also for Soen to be alive after that early game. Like
It's
it comes
back
in
and forth.
waves, this
Yeah,
game,
for
exactly.
sure. It's a pendulum.
So who keeps the nerves together now?
What the item is on the floor could be
didn't
incredibly
see.
important.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it. No, that's the
Oh yeah,
dramatic pause.
true. It definitely could be. Yo, more mana can win you games at this stage. So having mana potions in the fight. Also, what we haven't seen yet is invisible TCs. Could definitely come into play.
Yeah, or MKs for the start fights.
Ooh.
That works both ways.
So yeah, a little bit of reveal could be useful once we fix the issues we might have. So I think tier 3 is out of the option for any of the players. It's just too competitive.
Yeah, I think if either of them decides to, to tech switch at this point, they're going to get overrun. So I expect to see more items and more units being pumped on both sides.
And then non-stop fighting.
Just the way we like it, right?
Exactly.
Just the way we like it here at RaRaLand.
Soen might need a little break there to restore some mana, but we are restoring the game. Thankfully, the pause was not in the fight.
Look what he found, Neo.
Book of the Dead. I would say it's not too shabby, but it's also not too great.
Good to use to try and block the TC if he gets a chance.
True.
No dispel, right, other than single target. So
that's right.
Not the best item, but definitely not the worst either.
Super important now. Wait.
Oh, we've got a shockwave retrain Neo.
Oh my god, the AoE is getting crazy.
Yeah.
We're inches away from level 3 Blizzard. We got
level 3 chain and level 3 shockwave.
that's so much damage.
Yep.
We see how Starbuck is catching up in XP. We also have a level 5 fast here on top. It's so much about mana, everybody knows.
We were talking about the pendulum. If you have a look, even the resources and the suppliers swung back again. That fight from Starbuck really was clutch.
There's still some creeps on the
Level
map
5
here.
AM, Blizzard 3.
And the Belt of Giant Strength, and keeping your heroes alive is one of the most important things now, of course. So every HP point helps.
I think the longer this goes now, the closer MK gets to 5, the more dangerous this is for Soen. So
I agree.
One fight now, I think, is incredibly important. This next engagement should be fairly decisive.
That's the win condition. Starbuck has to wait 40 seconds for a heal scroll, you gotta say.
Invisible MK, you called it, and now it's here.
Ooh, okay. Do we have reveal on the other side? I don't think we do. Could go for a Witch Doctor, actually. If that fits into the supply. We have an Invo Potion on the TC, not on the Mountain King. They will be in the center of it all. He also swapped the Mantle over to the Archmage as the more fragile hero and just pumps all the drinks on the Mountain King.
MK has a big mana pool, and that is, yeah, that's not good as an Orc player. That's not what you want to see. So I think Soen needs to be very careful with the positioning he takes in this fight. It's going to be critical for both of them to set this up the right way.
So one heal scroll now. Is he waiting for that Invo Potion? It's ready in 10. It's kind of tempting, but of course you're missing out on some momentum here.
And Soen's trying to get it.
Ooh, that would be sick.
Oh, he didn't want to commit. I think maybe the right play.
Okay. And he has one already. So here we go. Chain Wave. That's a lot of damage. One heal scroll for the fight, and then that's it. If he takes out the slow and if he takes out the priest, that's a disaster! What a sick chain wave this was!
Blizzard raining down on the Orc.
There we go. Damage numbers are going ham. Clap is of course incredible too. It's just a...
Oh, the Farseer, Neo, the Farseer.
Oh, he doesn't have anything! Invo Potion pass! And this push is over! Wow! Chain wave for 1 million damage!
Yeah, we're getting spoiled here. This is an incredible game from both of them.
I don't know if our overlay supports triple digits damage numbers here.
Yeah, so, you know, Soen needs to lick his wounds here, and I think the one big advantage, although Bucky took heavy losses there, that he has is obviously the free sustain that Human gets in terms of the mana regen and the healing. So back to the middle for shop control for Bucky while Soen licks his wounds and gets the mana back up. 2.5
minutes of mining. Shop control it is indeed. Level 6 TC.
Oh, we're going right back into it.
I guess. Mountain King doesn't have that much mana. Gets the surround here. Invo Potion can it be transferred now? The Farseer is in the air. Needs to fight out. Ultimate is of course not ready. Farseer is trying his darnest. Getting stomped there as well. He's disabled and can't do anything. TC got the potion. Is safe. Aiming for the Archmage. Needs to chain lightning right there. Purge Invis. so many things happening at once. It's crazy.
Bucky
TC
still
is
has
surrounded. Archmage is invisible. This is mad.
Neo, what is this game? What are we watching? MK5.
Oh my god, double TP. TC is back from the tavern if he gets a little bit more mana, but he doesn't. Archmage under the net. The game swings around again. Gotta TP out. He'll scroll as well. I have no clue how they can top this in map 2.
And after all this time, we are pretty much dead even in supply.
So close.
And pretty much dead even in resources. You couldn't... Yeah, this is an incredible map 1 from both.
Okay. Where are we going from here?
I feel like I'm out of predictions. This could go, this could go either way. And
this
really
was like
depends.
3 highlight clips in one screen. This is so sick. The clap first, the surround on the TC is glorious. Soen realizing how exposed this Archmage is. Starbuck realized this immediately with the Invis saving him. Soen fighting out after transferring the Invo potion, surrounding the TC again, dude. I guess this is the RaRa level of play.
Yeah, and Bucky just skilled the point, so he's just gone back into clap 3. I was wondering whether he'd be tempted to try and hero focus at the start of the fight, but he has taken clap 3, which is a more standard play here.
We might need to go back to the live game, everybody. There we go. Shop is dead, needs to be rebuilt. Mana looking okay, no clarities running.
Soen getting free reinforcements here.
Okay. 5-9, TC about to get reincarnation.
But the level 3 clap at this point is so impressive.
And the Blizzard on top, and the shop controls. Soen has sustain problems here.
And Soen doesn't even have a shop that's usable right now.
Ooh, oh, no heal selves, that's right.
And I think Bucky knows this. So I'm going to expect that there's a fight being forced here.
I guess so too. It's another push towards the Orc expansion. Scouts going through left and right as well. Soen trying.
Yeah, and Soen knows it, right? The last thing Soen wants is a Starbuck push here, so...
How do you prevent that now? I don't think you can.
Can't.
So, hero focus it is, I guess. Mountain King is super tanky. Archmage has an invuln. Ooh, he's coming from the top.
Yep. Oh, and just as the salves kick in, it can all be cancelled here.
Oh no, that Mountain King is invis once again. Hello! Aiming for that Fossey, a little bit out of position. Can the breakers go in? I don't think so. Chainwave is sick once again, but the heal scroll right away.
Yeah,
the hero kill didn't work for Starbuck though.
It didn't. Starbuck doing a good job of moving the casters away early in the fight to try and keep some distance between those breakers and the casters, and he's done a good job at it.
Level 6 on the TC. The Raiders are in the backline. The casters can't cast, and then what are they worth? Can he deal with the Raiders somehow? Chainwave again! Level 6 here as well. Give me Wolves, give me Earthquake, give me everything.
And Neo, even at this point in the game, we are tied on supply.
How is Soen doing this? He's even dealing with the breakers. Soen had no time to skill just yet. The TC with the lightning shield, of course he can stand in the middle because he just simply can't die. But the Farseer can. Block, maybe. Needs to... Whoa, what a sidestep. Any way to get away? Maybe something in the marketplace? I don't know. Double level 6 for Starbuck. And now what? Any chance
Neo,
to get the hero back?
Shockwave here.
Hold on.
It's the AM on the menu.
Or maybe the Mountain
Or the
King.
MK.
He has no mana for Avatar. Oh no, Invis again. Do TP out. Starbuck always has the right solution.
Yeah, this is a walking highlight reel for this game.
Yeah, no joke, dude. 25 minutes of awesomeness, and this is only game 1. We got 4 level 6 heroes.
We do, and the game isn't over yet, right?
Exactly. We're about to push once again, but what a sweet fight this was. Starting at the bottom right, hero focus didn't work, and then the breaker wall stands for a while, but somehow the Raiders in the backline. This was such a beautiful play by Soen. This was the one way he could possibly survive this fight when he threatens the casters, when he takes the sustain away and the slow, of course. And this artillery shockwave is just something else, man.
And we go on. 24 minutes and counting.
We gotta go back to the live scene as this is Starbuck denying mining for Soen, and he still needs to recover. He didn't have the resources for a Tavern Revive, so he has to wait another minute, but Starbuck is also out of gold, so he has to shut down Soen's income.
Yeah, and Soen has a fairly significant supply lead here on top of that. So
true. Damn, Starbuck lost a lot.
He did. I think a lot of it is the fighting army size is probably about the same. I think Starbuck is almost out of peasants.
And he also has no Sorks anymore. No Invis, no slow.
Yeah, not one, correct. So
A player's
I think-
forces are under attack.
Soen's problem is before that fast is out, how much can Bucky take out of the equation before Soen's in a position to fight?
And he pops out of the altar. And who's
Yeah.
closer to the altar? It's definitely Starbuck. He's trying to run the TCR. Is of course amazing, helping with that if there's no slow. And he's trying to prevent damage. Is the mining starting again? I don't think so. The peons aren't doing anything, right? No, they do. We gotta
They're
slide
rallied,
them
but
over.
yeah, it's going to take some time, and it's another Kodo that goes down for Soen, narrowing that gap.
And
Farseer is out,
but no mana.
no mana.
A player's forces are
More
under
time
attack.
running around. 2 Kodos dead. That's 2 breakers surviving.
And I'd say fighting army supply is probably about exactly the same at this point.
This is crazy. Mana sustain obviously on the human side. Mountain King doesn't look too hot though when it comes to mana. TC absolutely does.
Yeah, Starbuck zoning here with the Mountain King,
Peon's falling.
giving Soen a big decision to make. He either takes this fight or
What can you do? Invoke potion
looks like
advantage.
he's maneuvering around to
Forces are
trade,
under attack.
which I'm not sure I love that decision against Mass TP.
True, we do have Master P. He could have sent the wolves maybe alone to put some pressure on there. Shop control can't be used because there is no gold for that.
I'm not sure how many militia or peasants are even actually left at this point.
True,
I don't know what he's...
It's 5, I
Yeah.
guess. Ensnare! Oh man, but that's just an invite for a blizzard. Of course, way too much damage.
And
A
the
player's
priests really
forces
come into
are
play
under
here.
attack.
The sustain at this point is heavily on Starbuck's side, so...
Love that breaker. Every time there's a little bit of harass. This was Soen's win condition. And Starbuck shuts it down, gets a little bit of XP here and there, but it's only militia. It doesn't really matter. Who cares about the
Close
proletarians?
to 7 though.
Does that? I mean, it gives them aura 3,
Yep.
I guess.
But very hard to play a lane game against Mass Teleport, very, very hard.
Soen's getting pillage.
Okay.
That could
Smart.
change the equation.
And with no slow here, you'd think with 1 or 2 Sorks this would be,
Easy.
yeah, very easy for Bucky to control, but at this point he's going to have to rely on Bolt, I guess, as his...
We're right though. Mass teleport, easy to respond to this as well. No items at all for
he comes
Soen.
Great for the Farseer.
And now what? Shockwave, net, but he just gotta run. Again, there's no magic immune army for the orcs.
Notice Starbuck parking the priests way out of the fight, knowing that they are the difference between these two armies at this point.
Creating distance with the wolf block. Sweet. Nobody wants to cuddle with those bad boys.
We're in range for one
A
more
player's
pick off
forces
here,
are
maybe.
under attack.
The breaker is still harassing. Yeah, and it's just a slow and steady demise. Starbuck is playing this so smart.
Someone's going to get a breaker in return.
Of course. He knows that the long distance mining is starting. There's a turtle still, a big consumable that's either a lot of gold or a big help in an upcoming fight.
Yeah, and imagine a big mana pot here or a heal pot.
That's probably game win.
Yep. And it is a big mana Neo.
Who's the prophet now, Dark?
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck. He's checking the inventory now prior to the fight. He could just GG out, basically.
Oh, the
Gnarly.
collapse.
Gnarly.
You got to feel for Soen here.
He was so close.
Yeah, and he's in a position where seeing a win
Player's
condition is
forces are under attack.
You don't want to,
possible.
yeah, you
Much
don't
I
want to
wanna
tap
say it,
out.
but it's
You don't
close.
want to tap out with 6/6 heroes. Trying to go for the kill, but there is invo potions always. And whenever the raiders are getting too close, it's either Blizzard for the zone or a Stormbolt, of course, to kill them.
Yep.
Oh, did he just
it's a
dodge
missed
it?
shockwave.
Sick! And now we're going for the Farseer. We're just waiting for the nail in the coffin. It's TC versus Archmage. It's Bolt versus Farseer. That was too much. Clappity clap. Shockwave on top. It's again mass murder. Do we have another Shockwave? Maybe. Invo Potion is still on the Archmage. A hammer to the head, but you don't want to kill that cow right now because
Yeah.
Resurrection is up.
Yeah. This is interesting.
Yeah, you can't kill him. Big axe. Not big enough. Mass teleport saved. Soen is at 15 food.
A town is
And
under
Bucky
siege.
just sold his big pot.
Hurts, but it's probably the right call.
Yep, I think so.
Gotta be cost efficient now. Can you kill him twice is the question. 4 units around.
Players' forces are under attack.
Duck. Nope. Still alive.
I think Soen here is on 1 hero, right? There is nothing else left alive.
Except a couple of peons with
Yes.
long distance mining. Yep, that's true. How do you win a game with only a TC?
And with no items.
And with no items. To get the Farseer back even, that takes years.
It does.
He's just waiting for the next Stormbolt, and then he has to hit that surround.
Okay, he got another wave off before.
Oh man, this is interesting now.
And even Bucky's wary about killing it.
Are we in a base race where we have a TC versus 3 breakers?
It appears that way. Yeah.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, okay. He needs to nail this around. 4 units, you got all the
up.
time in the world.
Oh.
There we go. Shockwave number 1. Can he survive long enough for maybe another? Can he fight out? Mountain King too tanky, isn't he? Shockwave! The dodge, he expected that. Winner, game 1, Starbuck!
What a game. What a game.
That was a certified slobber knocker.
I don't know how they follow that, do you? What does game 2 look like if this is game 1?
Oh, I thought this was just a warm-up.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. That was back and forth and very, very close to the very end.
Highly, highly entertaining, man. What a war this was. Soen was 2 levels up on the carry hero, and Starbuck still found a way to somehow survive that, to even it out, and then playing this whatever the late game was.
And I think it all came down to that fight near the turtles at the bottom where, everything turned and Soen died for the MK and didn't get it. I think very, very close, and Soen had a huge advantage at this point. And as I said, a very pendulum-like game, swung both ways many times.
Couldn't close it out. The Wand of Mana stealing was such a huge help. Of course, there was so much pressure on Starbuck. What do? I'm in this unfavorable position. Bottom left-hand side of the turtles, bottom right-hand side is Soen. I'm too slow to really retreat. I need to get this kill for my level 3. I have to do 1,000 things at the same time, but he made every single correct decision there is to make.
He did, and yeah, it's hard to talk about adjustments after that game when they both played so incredibly well. So I think, the early game for Soen, I think he defended it very well. He had an advantage heading into the mid game. Tiny details are going to decide this one, and Bucky got it right.
That's right. I wonder what the next map is, of course, and if we see some adjustments. Is Starbuck usually an expansion player versus Orc? Is that always the go-to strat?
I think, like all of his matchups, he has a lot of tools in his toolbox, and he's very unpredictable. So it'll be interesting to see what he pulls out for this one.
If he does it again, I'm curious if Soen shows us a hero that I think we haven't seen yet. I've seen him play Firelord second follow-up versus Sock, and that's pretty hot.
It is, and that'll be interesting if an expansion happens, whether the pressure tells or whether Bucky can push that off and hold.
Exactly, that's what it's all about. Might be a shorter game, but no less explosive. I wouldn't mind if the players take a couple of minutes off, man. I can't imagine how much is going on in your head. It must be either a lot and you think so much, so quick, or it's just empty and you're seeing the matrix, basically.
Yeah, I think they're both in the zone. I think it was very clear that although that was Bucky's first game on stage, it didn't look like there were a lot of nerves there, right? He dealt with the pressure, and Soen is playing great and has been for the last 2 or 3 days. Yeah. So, yeah, truly excited to see what happens this map, and hopefully they treat us to a map like the first game.
100%, man. Soen said it in the winner interview yesterday. The players that await me next round are a different level than what I've experienced before, and it goes to show, man, every other player yesterday would have lost this easily to Soen. A lot of other human players would have lost this to Soen.
I agree, and they're both pretty resilient in terms of their styles, and it's not over till it's over, right? And I think, yeah, across the series, these guys can pull out all sorts of tricks, so let's see what happens.
First map was amazing. Second one, hopefully even better. We got Starbuck on match point. Everything we could have hoped for and more. And I forgot. Oops, I kind of forgot that we have two players here in this match. Anyway, we got match number 2. Map number 1 was everything we were hoping for and more. One step away from the winner bracket semi-final, spawning in the yellow bottom left. It's Starbuck! And on the upper right-hand side, trailing, facing the lower bracket, but I think he got a lot more fans because if Soen wins, then we got game 3. Anybody wants to see a game 3 between these players? There you go. I want to see a game 3.
Yeah, after that, who doesn't? It's a tough act to follow, though.
That's right. But
pressure's on.
We got Northern Isles. It's very similar to Titanis, but it's also very different. We do have one shop. It's gonna be a lot about shop control again. We also have an easy to do expansion, which would come into play, but it seems to be a lot bigger. You can maybe outmaneuver your opponent a bit easier.
You can, and Soen, again, being aggressive, wants to get some information and find out what Bucky is planning to do here. And it looks, Neo, like we're just going to have the level 2 Archmage group.
Ooh, we have a one-man's play. It's a 2-farm tech. It's the fastest tech that you can do as human versus orc. And Soen is definitely expecting an expansion, isn't it? But Starbuck with a curveball.
Yeah, and a fast level 2 before the Farseer even engages. So the head game's already on it in this one, Neo.
That's right. 1.6 on the Farseer, so he's not without experience, but also Starbuck. Redo potion, amazing. Usually he gets caught there by trappers. Not even that is the case.
Yep, the Bucky Murlocs are normally his arch nemesis on most maps, but he's done a good job of avoiding those at RaRaLand. So Soen needs to put some pressure on, obviously before Rifle starts swarming here. Or he gets the War Elemental, so almost a level 2 Farseer now.
So since Starbuck is playing an entirely different strategy, what does Soen have to do to counter what Starbuck's doing?
I think the early game is incredibly important here. He's playing against a human that's not invested resources in a tower and has played 2-farm tech, so Soen needs to win the early game and do it decisively.
We got Claw, we got Circlet. This Archmage looks amazing once again.
He does.
Farseer is close to 2 and he's creeping the green, so he's catching up. And this time, Soen got the cloak and we saw how useful that was in game number 1.
For sure. The first rifle will be arriving imminently, and then from that point it's going to get harder and harder for Soen to trade effectively into them. Also comes with the added benefit of, as we said, the carry heroes. The MK is going to be super early in this game and be on an equivalent time to the TC, if not slightly earlier.
I didn't mention it yet, but the techs are actually at the same time. Soen was teching super fast as well. Got a better creeping game at the moment outside of Water Elementals. Maybe sees there's no vulnerability with that Arcane Tower up. We get another purchase here at the shop. No, he's just drawing them out. Wolf chasing the Archmage. They both know exactly what the other is doing, I feel.
Yeah, just trying to evade, and no, Bucky definitely can't take an engagement at this point. Soen's got map control and is a bit stronger, so Starbuck just trying to evade him and take what he can, the scraps that Soen gives him.
That's right. So Mountain King TC, the everlasting battle. Who levels better? Who gets the better items? Who gets into a better position? There's few heroes where positioning is more important. Ooh, Soen got that one.
He did. Item to Bucky, and
that's right, Crystal Ball. And he gets the Water Elemental as well. That Farseer is getting ahead of that old man on the horse.
He is. And they'll both creep, obviously, incredibly quickly when the second hero comes out.
Reveal used already. Like, are you doing that mine? Yeah, you're doing that mine. All right, if you're busy in the north, then let me grab that marketplace.
Yeah, and obviously, having that information, this isn't a great trade item-wise for Soen, so very smart from Bucky to get that info and react accordingly.
We've seen heal wards already deciding games here today in the Colorful vs. Sock series. And what is, oh, a little bit of mana extra for the Farseer, and Soen instant expansion. Even even before Shaman.
And a heal stone for Starbuck from the marketplace.
Not bad, not bad.
Not the nuts item, I think, in this situation, but an incredibly strong one on that mountain.
It's no mana stone, it's no heal wards. He needs support now. Soen, of course, wants to stall. Don't have the human close to your expansion.
And the militia are here, Neo.
Exactly. They want to fight about the middle, but I think Soen is totally fine brawling a bit in the middle. Get the creeps in between so you don't get the hammers to the head and buy time for that second base.
Misclick there, bolted the wall.
Ooh, damn, okay, nerves, maybe. We got experience and the Sobi mask on the TC. Finally some natural regen. No stomp at the moment as we get Aura. Mountain King through the hammer already, as I said, wasted it a little bit. And the clock is ticking for Great Hall 2.
It is. I think the concern here for Soen is a level 1 TC with endurance. If Bucky can stall a bit here, this push to the expansion will be, I think, incredibly hard to hold.
But it's also...
There's forgotten a unit here.
Ooh, oopsie. It's also only level 2 Archmage, like no big water elementals.
It is, but I think he's got the option here of lab, and with the middle camps prepped, if Soen lets him do it, he's going to be
Players' forces are under attack.
3-2 pushing that Expo.
Okay. Keeping track, he sees, oh damn, Marketplace is gone as well. That's not how I like it. Lots of units, very hurt, and the Wolf was scouting the entire time. If he gets the last hit here, whoo, that would have been insane. Both are so close to their signature spells. TC waiting for that kill, waiting for that storm. That's a huge level up. Going for the Mountain King. He has that health stone, of course, and also a bit of evasion. So Soen not following through with that focus fire.
And there's the pendulum again, Neo. I think it's going to be swinging back, and Soen being the one to retreat here and back off.
It is okay though. The heroes are up.
Soen looked at the inventory here, maybe not.
Oh, 3 and 2. Health stone might be consumed. Cow survives. Mountain King fresh again. And now it's time to retreat, but it's so hard if you don't have a speed scroll. What do you do? Oh, that's heavy losses now, mate.
It is, and this is what I was afraid of. Soen's out on the map and the Expo's mining, but there's a heal scroll to Soen, but I think the inborn's going to go to Bucky. Yep, it is.
But what's Bucky going to do now? The fight made it so the Mountain King has no mana. He can't really follow this up. The militia need new pickaxes, and Soen is mining and mining and mining. Ready for 62 food already. Of course, he has a little bit of catching up to do, but he got the heal scroll already. The Invo potion went to Starbuck, but it's not impossible at all. He's so confident he's going Kodo and second armor upgrade very early.
It's bizarrely almost a complete and total mirror of game 1, but opposite, with
Yes.
Bucky needing to push and Soen needing to buy time here. And the boys have been called, Neo, so we are going.
This might be the decision, man. Fastia, maybe a bit too aggressive here. He can hide in the shadows, but then what? Raiders to the rescue.
And there's no salves on Soen, so he, to take a fight effectively, that Fastia's going back to the shop.
Oh. Every next Stormbolt could be the kill here. He is intercepting reinforcements. Don't go near my economy. I need that gold, buddy.
Yeah, great position from Soen to pick off Bucky's reinforcements. And this is a bloody fight on both sides. The boys are going to town in the worker line.
Proletarians rise against each other. What's going on there? The longer the game goes, the better it should be for Soen because of that income. He's sniping these priests, which is wonderful to take the sustain away. As we said, also this sorcerer is very hurt. Soen got to be a little careful with these raiders. Sends it back in. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Delicious rifleman. Now we get out.
Is my Kodo going to go out? I think he's getting out.
Ooh, that was big.
Yeah, huge.
It would have been a 2-for-1 if the rifleman would have come back, but what's really left to defend with now?
I'm a little scared for Soen at this point. I think holding this is going to be really, really difficult.
Did the expansion even pay off yet? I'm not sure.
And MK3 Neo at the start of the fight.
Uh-oh. This didn't look too great for Starbuck, I gotta say.
No clap bolt too, so...
Oh, okay, so he doesn't even need the mana. TC needs to connect hard, going for the rifles once again.
And only one rifle in that storm.
Starbuck is building a shop right there.
Power building.
It is, and he will have access to more mana. That's more bowls, that's more kills. TC is running out of mana now, and what does he have to offer? He's just a big grunt with an aura, and might not even be that! Needs one more! Gets it done! Starbuck now in full control. Greed is good by Soen, but the heroes are looking better. But the supply is taken over.
It is. Do we need the TC here?
I'm not sure, mate. The Raiders, the Kodos, the Peasants around on the upper right-hand side. Beautiful fights. Again, the Kodo can't get out. Maybe he can eat his way out. But every Stormbolt is a kill.
Soen doing an incredibly good job at holding this with no TC.
Wonder if it would have been better to get it from the tavern, but it's also so expensive. Kodo down, Raiders streaming in. Archmage, oh, 4 units around there as well. Shade Lightning, but Info Potion is ready. Hero Focus shifts to the other side. Every bash is maybe a dead Farseer. He stops once again, risking his life, saves himself into the shadows. Archmage on the menu now. No TP, mind you. Oh, can he fight through this? Can he fight through this? He needs this kill. Archmage down, level 5. Oh my god! He sent something to the lab, I don't know. It's there, coming in! Is it a full wipe? GG by Starbuck, and Soen ties it up!
Wow. An incredible job from Soen to hold that.
Was that a cheeky smile on Starbuck's face at the end? I don't even know.
I think Bucky was trying to time his TP with the reveal at the lab that he was trying to send the rifle to get rid of the Farseer, and yeah, just didn't get that one right. But again, just a wild game. Peasant surrounds on Kodos. We've got all sorts of things happening here now.
Like, this is one of the best human vs. orc best of threes I've seen this year.
Yep, and they're delivering at RaRaLand.
The fights are mental. We thought, how do you top Game 1? And I think Game 1 was still a little bit better just because it went longer and we had more fights. But the level of fight, their fighting skills, it's like 2 black belts going at each other.
Yeah, and we're incredibly lucky to be witnessing this. Top level players playing on LAN conditions and
with the crowd.
With the crowd, exactly, who are all enjoying this and very much into it. So.
And if you enjoy this as well, with the atmosphere, with the players here, it is incredibly expensive to make this all work. You helped a little bit, shipping in Lawlight and Soen here, taking some of our travel costs when they didn't qualify. But people can support us as well for potential next year, and of course covering some cost of this year, ! RaRa support. Whew. Where are we going from here? I'm sweating, dude.
Yeah, likewise. How does Game 3 look after that? You know, we've had the one base play, we've had the Expo play. What does Starbuck do to react to this? How does Soen play? You know, the early Expo paid off. He held, a push. I think Northern Isles is quite a good map to defend an Expo with, a couple of chokes leading into it. But he did it exceptionally well. So it'll be interesting to see what they both pull out of the bag of tricks for Game 3.
We'll be ending a trilogy in just a second. Very exhausting series here for sure. Both looking very, very focused. Getting hydrated, of course. And I feel like we're ready. Winner bracket, semi-final. Colorful is waiting there.
Doesn't get any easier, does it?
Nope. This is only getting harder in the winner bracket or in the entire tournament, I guess. So I don't think you think about a strategy anymore at this phase, right? It's all determined already.
Yeah, and it's muscle memory, right? It's kicking in for both of them. They've played however many ladder games, probably versus each other on these maps. So now it's a case of all the decisions are made. Let's execute.
All right, we are ready to end this Game 3. An outstanding series will be decided on Hammerfall. And of course, with the score tied, we gotta ask once again, who do you want to advance, Dortmund? Is it Soen? Or are there any Starbuck fans in the house?
Reading the room, I'd say that was fairly 50-50.
I think so too. Maybe a tiny advantage for Starbuck, but we're also far away from some people that might screw the acoustics a little bit. You never know.
European home advantage.
That's right, but Soen also hero of the people. I think if he goes up against, I think, is there anyone the crown doesn't love really left? I don't think so, man. They're all so likable.
Yeah, I'd say that we've pretty much got a cult of personality of Warcraft 3 players left in this tournament, right? They all have their fans, and yeah, no controversy. So.
Okay, I have no idea where this is going. We got Soen, of course, once again with the Farseer. We got Starbuck again with an Archmage. That doesn't change. Wolves, Water Elemental, summons first. And Starbuck, the question is, expansion or not? At the moment, I only see one farm. There's a second farm. Okay. Might be hidden.
It looks like two farm tech again. Although, you know, unusual to two farm tech with you know, such heavy militia usage, but he is.
Okay, that's as fast as it gets when it comes to the tech. No extra advantage, so he must know that the strategy in general works, but he misstepped once or twice, or he made a mistake in the last fight. He was so close of breaking that base, so it's not like he lost because of a bad strategy or because two farm tech doesn't work. It was just super 50-50.
And on Soen's loser map, obviously this is his. So I imagine this would have been preordained, right? This was the game plan on Hammerfall. This is what I'm doing.
So Soen has to come up with some solutions. He had some on map 2. Needs a couple of more here with that home turf advantage. There are 2 shops now for the first time, so both will be equipped with a lot of heal scrolls. So it's Soen flexing already with a headhunter block for a second.
Yeah, I mean, alongside the heroes, I guess that's the other thing we didn't touch upon in game 1. The item dependency in this matchup, again, is probably unlike any other in terms of heal scrolls and emblems.
Ooh, this is a pretty gnarly creep route.
And still no tower.
What the?
Starbuck taking some risks here.
What's this troll doing? What the hell?
Yeah.
A little bit lost anyway.
But, you know, 2.2, Soen yet to get on the board experience-wise. Yeah, so it's a good early game.
I think you have to make a trade basically between letting the Archmage level to 3 and then he can go into your base and harass your burrows and tier 2 buildings, or you sacrifice your XP, and that's what kind of happens. So his base seemed to be safe, and then he'll catch up later.
Unlike Northern Isles, where obviously you can do the wolves on the camp. So, you know, Soen was 1.5, 1.6 at this point in last game, and I think, yeah, it's much harder on this. And he's getting poisoned from the, you know, from the old Hydra here, which also makes this really ugly to creep.
The most unloved creep in all of Warcraft. This is some nice last hits ready. This is a lot of chip damage on the Archmage actually.
Yeah, and look at the headhunters here.
That hurt. Ooh, last hit again on. Oh, the turtle got the last hit. Shout out turtle. Out micros 2 pro players.
There you go. It's got many heads and many hands.
That's right. So Starbuck doesn't have a shop, does he?
He doesn't.
This is a bit problematic, isn't it?
I think if Soen had realised that there were maybe 5 or 6 red peasants, he could have done some damage, and now he's realising.
A player's forces are under attack.
So 1 worker went down, shop delayed. Archmage is in a bit of a precarious situation here, but we're getting rifles, we're getting casters, we're getting a Mountain King, we're getting a TC, we're getting a Beastery. He's not playing this with Shaman, is he, if he's up against 1 base?
Certainly not initially. He may add them in as the AM gets closer to 3, but certainly he's prioritising Raiders in the second hero.
These Raiders were absolute lifesavers so many times.
He does a very good job of there being a Raider exactly where you need it, exactly when you need it.
There was another great last in here for Farseer. Archmage Herd still committed, but the TC is out this time. Oh, Chain Lightning for the kill.
Maybe a Headhunter in return.
Okay, 1 for 1. Make it... Last hit, make it 2.
Yeah. This rifle would be painful though.
We have Stomp. Starbuck doesn't know. Archmage. Oh, Thunderstorm!
And 1 more Headhunter down. Maybe another here with Bolt.
And what about that Farseer? He's looking juicy.
I think you prioritise Headhunters here and make sure that you secure the kill and do the damage.
Alright, alright. TC behind enemy lines. We continue where we left off on map 1 and map 2, just low-level heroes so far. And a big difference here, nobody got a Cloak of Shadows, which was another lifesaver multiple times this series.
And not much creeping. Bucky checking for the expo here. Obviously, Soen's got form for that from the last 2 maps. But nothing doing.
So at the moment, Starbuck is maneuvering around this storm brilliantly. There's no aura or TC on the menu here. Info potion for a level 1 hero, not that great. But the heal self is there. Okay.
A player's forces are under attack.
So what's next on the menu? Starbuck is stalling and stalling and stalling. No great hole yet. We all know how long that takes. So I wonder, with that camp not being taken yet, A, do you switch to the bottom left-hand side? Starbuck will be able to identify that relatively easy. Or do you have to switch your mid-game plan?
Decisions. I think the expo's too late. I think the timing doesn't work at this point. So I think Soen has to, probably prioritize being aggressive here.
That going to Starbuck, nice little item there as well. Stomp up, of course. He needs that aura. You saw how slow this entire army was. Of course, you can catch up with some end snares, but that wasn't necessarily ready. Starbuck using that timing between WC3 finishing and end snare finishing for this one. Level 3 fast here on the horizon, though.
Yep. Soen definitely with a very slight level advantage. I think this lab probably evens that out significantly.
Middle here, we're going to the shop for the first time. Level 3 up, level 2 up, and it is Bash again. So the Mountain King is not going to be a weapon of mass destruction as he was on game 1, but it's rather going for pickoffs than hero kills.
Yeah. It's a definite switch up from map 2 and 3, and I think that's the rifle caster human 1 base build. So not prioritizing mana and not having the money for pots from the shop, I think. Difficult to utilize the MK with both spells.
Every Stormbolt should be a kill. First one he didn't get, Raider again. But this time Starbuck is a lot closer to this upcoming base and his push is hitting way earlier and with that way harder. There is a little sustain though.
And level 3 AM, Soen did try and expand behind this.
Instant cancel though, so...
And two earlier Sorks this time as well. We didn't have this in the rifle caster game on Northern Isles.
And now what is Soen going to do? He doesn't have the spell, he doesn't have a lodge. He has no time for tier 3 either. He's got to fight with what he has.
He does have a level 3 cow though.
Okay, that's good. Half a level ahead. One creep check could once again turn everything. Starbuck is greedy now and going for the red. That's an opportunity, but I don't think he's going to give that to Soen.
And time for some scrolls here.
Indeed. There's still one. Oh no, it's not. It's gone. Also the info potion is gone.
So there's a scroll apiece, an invuln apiece.
One can't really do much right now. Is he trying to expand again?
Are under attack.
He is, it appears.
Saw the peon.
Yep. This is incredibly risky. Someone's 5 supply behind, playing into a tier 2 human that wants to push in, still trying to expand this.
Starbuck seems to be with 1 foot in the winner bracket semi-final, but these hero spells can always turn everything. Raider with the end snares, the rifle's going down. Raider now sacrificed for the Stormbolt, but at least the Stormbolts are not ending up on the heroes, so they are safe. TC has maybe 1.5 storms left, needs to connect big time.
And Starbuck doing a good job of spreading units here against Stomp to not let too much connect. I think in Northern Isles map, there were a couple of stomps that took the whole army out of the the DPS game for quite some time.
Now, Mountain King level 3 as well. Shop control for Starbuck again. He just has to wait 50 seconds, and that's his second heal scroll because he didn't even need to use the first one. Town Portal Force, very little to work with for Soen, but...
Soen coming straight back here.
I was about to say, man, that shop control is contested again.
And I think he just knows, right? If he lets Starbuck have that shot, the chances are just totally gone. If Starbuck gets free scroll control here, he didn't even use the first one in that fight.
Exactly.
If he has a second, I think, yeah.
Book of the Dead with no dispel. This could be the Book of GG, even though it was nerfed a couple of years ago.
And he's doing a good job of controlling the TC with slow, right? It's going to find it very difficult with no purge to get into a position. Has to burn the speed scroll early.
A player's forces are under attack.
It's not what you want. What you want is heal scroll. Soen has no gold for that at the moment. Can maybe sell something. He's only down to 150. Maybe an invoke potion is more important to him. I'm not too sure. Mountain King could commit. Yet. You can see how careful these balls play.
Yeah.
Priest being picked up. TC gets the Stormbolt first. He's trying to go into the backline with the Raiders once again, but no chance, my friend. Stormbolt to the head and Raiders can't commit.
And Starbuck doing a great job again of just not letting Soen get the stomp that he needs in this fight.
And now Soen has to rebuild the army. That means once again no more resources for the heal scroll, which is vital.
And as the slow trap kicks in, the boys arrive near. We've got a
Wonderful, wonderful timing. Starbuck taking over. This map is all his as it seems. Got another storm, but it's just issues to get out of that situation. The grunts are no factor anymore. Starbuck is 12 supply ahead, and the hero levels are getting really, really scary. What is Soen going to do? What is he going to do? Lose the falls here, maybe with the bash, and that must have been the nail in the coffin. Raider, one after the next going down. Soen, heart of a lion, still fighting, thinking back to that level 70 C from game 1, but this is not such a force. This is not the shockwave. This is just all the Mountain King show, baby.
Yeah, I think going into that fight, you could. Soen needed stomps from, you know, from the S tier to be able to balance that fight at all. And Bucky did a really good job of kiting and backing off and blocking with the AM for no surface area for that TC.
Was rough, and now the expo is finally done, and of course Soen was stalling for this to happen, but again shuts it down. And with one base, which is going to be, how do you catch up twice the supply exactly?
If someone knows, answers on a postcard would be great.
Trying to level still. One lucky hero focus, maybe the one moment where Bucky isn't looking, maybe. What he has to hope for at this point.
Yeah, I'm going to guess with the build there's no reinforced either, so paper borrows.
And there's a big human army knocking on your door. 16 food on one base is rare to see. We got invisibility, dispel, Ankh.
You can't even hero focus Neo, there's an invul on both heroes. And yep, there's the paper borrows.
Okay, 35 food, that's all you get. This is what he has to work with. Mission impossible for Soen. He destroyed the open bracket, but Starbuck is the roadblock, and Starbuck is your winner bracket semi-finalist.
Well, I feel privileged to have watched that. What a series.
Give it up for both players, man. That was a hell of a show. Absolute warfare, especially map 1 and map 2. Some of the best human orc fights we've seen this tournament, we've seen all year.